Hey guys, don't mind my empty ass room. I'm currently moving into my apartment, but jokes on them, I'm not actually gonna stay there. Because I'm moving up there like now, like the 26th. But like I'm not planning on like living there, like putting my body inside that apartment for any longer than like a day until like Labor Day. So yeah, because I kind of want, I'm like a homebody and I really like staying at home. Like I love it. Like it's like an addiction. Like it's something that I probably should get checked out just to see if it's normal, because like I literally left the house for like 5 minutes the other day. Like 5 minutes. My target is literally like like not even 5 minute drive. Like if I were to be able to drive at like the normal speed and not hit any red lights, which there's only one red light, right? So if I drive like that, like it's 3 minutes tops, and I was so anxious. Like I was like shaking, and I was like I felt like I was like gonna throw up, shit my pants. But yeah, I've been self-isolating again, but it's not because of any mental issues this time actually. It's because I just don't want to leave the house. And when I say mental issues, I mean depression, like mad depression, like knife to my throat depression. But right now, that's not how I feel. I don't feel sad. I still do a lot of hobbies. I still do a lot of things I like. And I don't really feel sad at all. I don't cry, which I don't know. But yeah, I haven't felt like numb or anything. I've just been doing my own thing and just enjoying it inside my house. So that's I don't know if that's normal. I'll be honest with you. Like I'm not opposed to leaving the house. It's just I don't want to leave the house. Do you guys get what I mean? Um, but the fuck. But yeah. So I'm moving up there, and yeah, hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I'm going to be living with some family members. And from what I hear, I don't know. I mean, they're fine. They're both dudes, and I should be fine with that. I don't know. Just as long as I have somewhere to stay for the semester, I'm totally fine with it. But the thing with me, as I've said, I'm a really bad homebody, and I just like staying at home like a lot. But like since I'm like a art major kind of, like I'm graphic designs major, but I'm taking a lot of art classes, like traditional art classes, this semester. So I have to be up there for studio and stuff like that. And if I'm not up there, then fuck me, dude. Because my other classes, I was able to like I could like there were lectures, right? But like most of them were like recorded and put on like Canvas. So like I didn't really have to be there. Like you could literally be like, for me, class was just for me to like, it was a fashion show, right? Like I went there, I showed off my fit, sat there, looked pretty, and then left because I already took the notes beforehand. Because because the Zoom class would always like air like the day before, and then I would just watch that, and then I would take the notes, and then I would just show up to the lecture, which was the same lecture, and just sit there and listen, and not really listen. I would be looking up like Stardew Valley notes and stuff like that because I was obsessed, and I still am. But this summer around, I actually have to go to my classes, but it shouldn't be too horrible since I'm only taking like what, 14, 15 credits. I think it's probably like on the lower side because last semester I took like 15, 16, which wasn't horrible. Like for me, college classes aren't like, oh my god, I'm gonna bust my nuts. You know, it's just kind of like, I don't know, like you just do it. And it's a lot easier than high school, I would say, because I don't know. Ever since I've been taking college courses, like it's just been so much more lenient with everything. Because with high school, everything is just so like hand-holdy, if that makes any sense. Like the teachers like literally grip on your dick and like pull you forward, and I'm like, chill out, bro. Like not without my consent. But in college, like the professors literally just like let you hang soft, you know, so you do whatever you want, and they're not really writing you like that. So I really like that. I really like that about college. But I get that it's like a really strange thing for a lot of people not to have that like personal contact, or like, yeah, I guess personal contact with a professor, because professors, most of my classes were, well, it was kind of a range, right? Like one was it's like a classroom full of people, like probably 30 individuals max. But like other classes, they were like massive. They were like they were like a auditorium, not auditorium, but like, you know, the big like speech class, not speech class, like I don't know what they're called, like auditoriums. I really don't know what they're called, but they're like, it just has like a speaker stand, and they're just a big ass audience. That was for my psychology class because god damn, a lot of people have to take psychology, but I think it's like a general ed, maybe, I don't know. I just took it because I've taken like 3 psychology classes like at individual institutions. Like I took one at my high school, which was strange, but I actually liked it a lot, and I actually wanted to pursue psychology at the time. I don't know why. I thought I could fix people, but I'm the one who needs fixing. So that was out the door. But then I was like, and then in college, I did PSEO. It just, I don't know what the acronym is, but it's just like you're in high school. You're technically a high school senior or junior, but you are enrolled at like a high school. And I went to a community college. And I took a psychology class there. And then I'm now in a university, which is like a college. Not that community college is not equal. I feel like I would enjoy community college more. I don't know. I find that community colleges have it's a lot more lenient, and it's more focused on getting the students to learn what they actually need to learn rather than just giving students things to like do just to like keep them occupied. Because in college, like university, I feel like a lot of the work they give you is like fluff work. It's literally just there just to fill up time. But whereas with community college, like they just give you the essentials. They give you everything you need to know, and like you literally do not have to break any backs to get the information you need. Like it's always there for you. And like I love community college, and I don't know why I didn't decide to go. I think it's just like the family pressure and like society's pressure, and like my grades were like good enough to go to like a university because I worked like my ass off. Like I gave myself a mental illness like getting myself to a university. So I feel like it's like like sunk cost fallacy or whatever the fuck, and like I'm already like a year deep into it, so I don't really give a fuck. But where was I going with that? But yeah, so I took psychology 3 times, and I'm still not. I was planning on pursuing it, but then like the more people I talked to, the more I was like, oh my god, I do not want to do that. Because at the U that I go to, the university, oh my fucking god, so many people were doing psychology. And it's not that I have like an individual complex. It's not like I want to like be my own person, you know? Could you imagine just one person going into like just like a major that just is specialized for them? Like just one person is just taking this major. So I think that'd be crazy. But the strangest major I probably like met is probably like a environmentalist major or something like that. It's like something with like toxicology or whatever the fuck. And I was like, god damn. I'm like, I didn't even know they offered that. But that's one where I'm like, god damn, like nobody else is doing that. Good for you. But then other ones were nursing. The popular ones, there's nursing, I think comp sci, something STEM. I don't fucking know, STEM majors. Nursing, I think, did I ever say nursing? Psychology is like up there. And communications, marketing, those are like the pretty popular ones, I would say, or the ones that I hear often. I don't really talk to anybody else outside of that because I'm not friends, but I'm like well acquaintanced. And like in most of my classes, I would talk to mostly the people that were in marketing because they were the only people that would talk to me. Now that's a good marketing strategy, just talking to the lonely bitch. That's really good. But yeah, I'm the type of person that just talks like just cuz. Like I wouldn't seem like that like if you were to meet me, but like I just like to talk. And if I'm given the privilege to talk, I'm going to use it. And that's something that like I use to like my detriment, I feel like. But yes. But now I'm going into graphic design. I feel like I already like said this so many times, but initially in high school, I was planning on doing psychology just because I told you that psychology class opened like, I don't know, my pussy, my third eye, something. I don't know, something about Freud. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to do psych. And then I don't know what flicked. It was definitely like, because like when I went into university, I already made up my mind that I did not want to do psychology, but I don't know why. I think it's because I realized how much science actually goes into it. And when I was like talking to my counselors, they were talking about like the science side or the bachelor, like it was like a bachelor arts. What the fuck? It was like a bachelor arts degree or like a bachelor in science, like a BS. BS or a BA in psychology, and like she was like really pushing me to do the BS, which was the science one, and the amount of math classes and the amount of like biology and like science classes, I was freaking out, bro. Like I was like, I looked at her and I was like, I'm not good with math, but she was pushing it. She was pushing it just because I'm Asian. I think I'm lying. She's a really good counselor, but she was pushing me. She was like, no, I think you would do really good and be like getting it for a BS, and then like you can do so much more with the BS than the BA. And I was like, if I could like show her my math grades, I would, but like I don't know why she was pushing me, bro. I told her, I was like, I think I want to do the BA because BA only required like one math class and like what, 2 sciences, whereas the BS had like four sciences and like 2 math, and I was like, you are insane. Like you are bonkers, bro. Like you cannot expect me to get into this. And like I'm one of like those Asians that suck at math. I don't know why that's like a stereotype, because most of the Asians I meet, actually, no, they are really good with math. My friend is really good with math. My cousins are really good with math. So I don't know. I'm not an outlier. I've met dumb Asians before, and it's cathartic. It really is, because I look at them and I'm like, I represent. uh, but yeah. So after I was like undeclared as like a psychology major, but like I would tell people that I was psychology, but then I'd be like, but I don't really know, you know, like whenever anyone like on campus, it's literally what everybody talks about. It's like, oh, what's your major, blah blah blah, and like for me, I don't want to disclose that because that's so much private information that they don't need to know. Like I would tell them that I'm on my period over telling them my major because like that's so private. Like all girls go through the period unless they have like, you know, like something that's an outlier, but majority of people with a vagina, anyone who can have a period will have a period. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? So I'd rather have disclose that biological nature rather than, you know, telling them my choice, and that's my choice. uh, but the fuck was I talking about? But yeah, and so I was like, yeah, I'm a psychology major, but I really don't know. And then I don't know what changed. I think I took like an English class, and like another third eye opened. Like I think a fourth eye opened, and this time it wasn't me just wearing my glasses. It was like another eye just popped up next to the third eye, and I was like, holy shit, I love writing like these like like argumentative papers. I love writing, and I love just like researching all these facts, not researching because it makes me seem like I'm like so smart, but I love like collecting all these articles and just mashing them together and just synthesizing them into my own mind, because the thing that I suck at is like articulating myself, because it takes me a long time to kind of, because my brain runs like I think at least like 3 times the speed that my mouth actually works. So like most of the time, like what I'm trying to do is like allow my brain to like allow my mouth to just like pick up the pieces like at the see, this is what's happening. So so for me, like my brain just works so fast, and it just constantly is like zooming, while the rest of me is just like really slow. So like I'm only able to articulate what my mouth is able to like pick up, like comprehend, and like is actually able to come out, because most of the things that I think are like out there, not out there, but like a lot more intricate, but like the things I say tend to be a lot more minimal. Like they tend to be very like unstructured. I don't know how to explain it. Like, the word I'm looking for is like, it just like the things I say like come out of me physically, like they need more explanation, but like in my head it makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so like writing for me has always been like my super strong suit. Like I've always been like a pretty avid writer. Fan fiction got me. Yeah. But even like in high school, I took a lot of like AP like language classes and like honors English or whatever the fuck. So yeah, and I was did really good in those classes. So I was like, maybe I should do some journalism because I didn't want to be a writing major, an English major. And the more I looked into journalism, I was like, holy shit! I think a fifth eye opened. I was like, holy shit, this is what I want to do because like everything that I was reading and just taking in, like literally matched up with what I wanted in a career, like something that could challenge me and constantly keep me like just like rushing around. Like the thing that I hate is like being uninformed. I hate being uninformed. So I'm always like looking at like social issues and like always like absorbing like information. But the thing is, I never put that to use. I just kind of like absorb it and just kind of like let me kind of do its thing, you know? So yeah, so the more I read about journalism, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna do that. But then I was like, but then I took a journalism class, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I loved that class. I loved reading about like media and how it works, and we learned a lot about like television marketing, commercials, books. I think we learned about books, radios, stuff like that. So just everything media consumption, and I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I love that class. We talked a lot about like copyright and legal issues, and I love those type of conversations. Even though I don't really like the law, because fuck the law. I really like talking about like copyright infringements and stuff like that, and just like policies. And I really enjoyed this one topic that we were talking about, which was like Donald Trump. It was about like Donald Trump, but like the one thing that really stuck with me was this thing called like fighting words, and that shit made me like when I first heard it, like fighting words, like it's like words that incite like anger, and I love that shit. That's so funny to me. Like the fact that you can say something and someone gets so fucking mad that they want to sock you in the face, like the power in words, man. That shit is badonkers, like absolutely bananas, bro. So I don't know, just language has always been like a super interesting thing to me. Um, I'm like stammering a lot. uh, but then after taking that journalism class, and the more I kind of like got to know like the people in the industry, I was like, oh, perhaps not for I. Because like the more I heard about like the industry goings and stuff like that, I was kind of like, you guys are like not really like, you ever like see an industry and then you're like, holy fuck, I don't know how to explain it. Like that's me with like business and like crypto bros and stuff like that. I'm always like, those type of industries, I'm like, holy fuck. So that was me with like journalism. I was like, y'all are like because we had to watch this thing about like the New York Times, and it was like during like the time where WikiLeaks was going on and whatever, and they were like covering it, and like, oh my god, bro, they were a fucking mess. It was so funny to me, but it wasn't funny for them. I mean, but like the New York Times is doing fine right now, so I don't know why I'm like trying to be like polite and sensitive to them when they're doing like fine. They're like a billionaire, fucking whatever the fuck, right? But yeah, I was chuckling, even though I probably shouldn't have. But good thing we had masks, because I was smiling throughout the entire thing. I was like, this is funny. But it shouldn't have been funny. It was like literally about their business like failing. And them having to like lay off workers. That's crazy. That's absolutely bonkers. But yeah. But yeah. And then after that, I was like, I don't really want to do that. And then for some reason, I was like, maybe I want to go back to art. Because like, I don't know, I've always been into art. Like, I have a lot of interests, obviously, but, like, art is one of those things that I just do constantly. It's always on my mind. But, like, it's something, like, have you guys ever been doing something for so long that you don't really consider it, like, a skill, a talent, or anything? It's just something you do, you know? Like, a lot of people, like, put a lot of emphasis on people that can cook and draw and stuff like that. But, like, for me, those are just things I do normally. Like, that's just a normality to me. Like, it baffles me when someone can't cook, and it baffles me when someone can't draw. But I know that's not something that everybody should be able to do. That's why artists get like complimented a lot, you know. But like it always just baffles me, you know. But for me, it's like, it's normal for me. But like for me, it's like the things, oh my god, let me collect my thoughts. Like for me, art and like baking are like normalities to me. But like, whereas with sports or like math, those things are like extraordinary to me, like so strange, and so like out there and so like just how the fuck can you do that? Like it baffles me so much that someone's brain is wired for math or like their body is so like well in tuned for a sport. Like that shit like baffles me. Like the other day I was watching like a documentary about like gymnasts, and I was like, how the fuck do they do that? Like, how the fuck do they suspend themselves mid-air like that? Like, I was like 100% convinced. I was like, they were duping me. Like, I was like 100% I was 100% convinced that they were CGI. Like, that's like how, like a stat, like, I was so bedazzled, bro. Like I was so bazoonka. Like it was bananas. I was like, holy fuck. Like it was so bizarre adventure. It was so bizarre, okay? It just baffles me. So I understand that like stuff like that, like for some people that's like normal. Like a gymnast, they're probably like, yeah, whatever, I do that every single fucking day. Like, you want me to do it again? And I'll be like but like with art, some people aren't able to do it, and that's whatever. Some people aren't able to cook, that's whatever. Like for those two things, I don't like the things I'm like describing right now aren't necessities. Like there's some necessities that I probably would be like off put by the idea that you can't do something. Like, I don't know, wipe your ass. I feel like wiping your ass is one of the world's most important necessities that I can't even consider it like a skill or a talent. Like, you just have to know how to wipe your ass. Like, I don't wipe and wash your ass. Like, those two are like the biggest necessities that I can think of right now on the top of my head. But like art and cooking, I don't know, like cooking, we live in the 21st century. I live in a first world country, so like food is easily available, but it would be nice to have. And with art, like, you can go without, like, through your life without doing art. That's totally whatever, you know? And with sports, that's the same thing. You can literally go your life without doing fucking sports. Math, I would like to think that I would be able to traverse this society without needing to know basic algebra. But I feel like to some degree I need to learn how to like at least add. Like the only math I do is when I do baking and I'm doing like gram stuff. So I have to like, if I have to triple something and I don't want to pull up my calculator and and it turns out wrong, well, I'm myself to blame, man. Shit. But the fuck was I talking about? But yeah, so back to the art. Yeah, so I realized that art is just something that, I mean, I have a lot of like skill, and I suppose like I've been doing it ever since I was like in 4th grade, and I'm in college now. I don't know how much. 4th grade, how old are you? 12? 12, 11? So it's been almost like 9 years. Not 9, what the fuck? Look at me with my shit math. I'm 19 now. If I was 12 back then, that's like, wait, 4th grade, is that actually 12, or am I thinking of 6th grade? What grade do you go into? Dude, I'm so lost. I actually don't. I feel like it's like probably like 10, 11 for 4th grade. Does that sound right? I feel like that doesn't sound right. I feel like 6th grade, I was 12. Hold on, let me do the math. I was born in 2003. And then so 2015. That would have been like 6th, 7th grade. So I was 12 there. So I was probably like 10, 9-ish, if that's correct, if my math is mathing. I actually don't know. So yeah, I've been doing it for like, yeah, probably almost 10 years now. Or whatever fucking 4th grade. Holy shit, Clint. I just realized I could literally just, so 4th grade plus 8, which is 12, and then plus 2 more. So yeah, that's 10 years. Oh my god. Because I'm in my 2nd year of college, and yeah, 10 years. So I've been doing it for 10 years. That's crazy. But I did take a break for a while, so it's probably like 8 years, because I took like not a 2-year break. I like did some art in between. It's just I didn't do it like obsessively. Like when I was younger, like I had the time of day, bro. Like I would draw every single day, every single waking hour. At school I would draw, at home I would draw, in my dreams I would draw. Like it was an obsession. But then as I got older, I guess I just got sucked into the world of society and just having a life. And I don't know, I was just drained a lot, so I didn't draw a lot, and I was just too sad to even draw. I don't know how that's possible. I feel like the best drawings are when you're like, but yeah, I've recently gotten back into it, but I don't do it like every single day. I probably do it like a couple days out of the week, but I don't do it often. Like I used to like finish a sketchbook in like a week. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know how I used to do that. Like I literally had the time of day. Like it just baffles me how much time I had. But yeah. But I took an art class last semester, and I guess I guess I really liked it. I don't know. I don't know. For me, art is just something that like it just comes so easy to me, and like I don't. That's not me bragging. It's just something that's. It's just a fact. Like it's just a fact, and I don't know why it is. It just is. The only thing that does not come easy to me in art is perspective. Like every single art class that we had to do perspective in, I literally was like, I'm not doing that, and they were like, Quinn, you have to do it. I'm like, you're joking. You're joking. Like any other thing I will do. But perspective, man, that shit will gobble my ass. Like anything that has to do with like construction and shit like that, fuck off, bro. Anything technical, anything that is like math, fuck off. I do not do that shit. But yeah, I get through. I get through. But the rest of it comes pretty easy to me, and what the fuck? Oh, look at that hair breakage. Oopsies. I probably should be more careful when washing my hair. That's my bad. But yeah, so and my college like offers like it's not art school, it's like a design school, I suppose. So it doesn't really have like art classes. Like art like fine art, it just has like design, like product design, fashion, stuff like that. So I was like, I guess I'll go into graphic design. That like for me, graphic design isn't like something that I want to do, but it's like something that I think I would be able to really kind of hone my skills in and be able to like function well in. Like it's something that I would be able to like do, and I know it's something I would be able to like not exceed, but like do well in, basically. And I know that it's like, I don't know, like, yeah. Like, the other things, like, I feel like I would have a lot more fun just pursuing, because I would have more, like, it would challenge me more, Like, journalism would really challenge me, and, like, even psychology would challenge me quite a bit. But, like, with graphic design, I feel like when it comes to art, I never really get challenged, unless it's perspective. Oh, my God. But like with art, I don't get challenged, and it just becomes boring to me. Like it's just like a thing I have to do, and it's not something I want to do. Like I know that's so dumb, but like that's just how I feel about art. Like I like it, but like at the same time, it's just so easy to me that it's just like it doesn't feel like I'm putting a lot of effort in, which I am. A lot of my drawing take hours, okay? But like I don't know, it just don't compute. So yeah, now I'm doing graphic design, and I'm currently, I guess I'm considered a first year for graphic design, but I'm still going to be able to graduate around the same time that I would if I were just to follow the same like course. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm going to graduate around the same time my high school peers are. So yeah. Am I freaking out about it? No, not really. College isn't something I think about a lot. I feel like a lot of people like put so much emphasis into college, and for me, I've never really like I always understood like college was important, and like college is like a milestone for a lot of people, but for me, I never really cared about it too much, and like the only people that actually cared about it, who made me care about it, was my mom, and probably like just my mom, actually. And she was the only person that cared about me going to college, but like I did not give a fuck about it. I'll be honest with you. Like my grades show that I give a fuck about it, but like I like personally, personally did not give like any fucks about it. Like I could easily go my life without going to college. Like for me, college is so like dull. Like I know that like a lot of people like have like want to go to college just to experience like getting away from their parents and stuff like that and like living a different life and like I don't know, just exploring, I suppose. But for me, I just don't care about it all too much because it's just like I can do whatever I want even if I'm not in college. You know, I can still drink, I can still smoke, I can still have friends. Like I don't really find a need to go to college, you know? But I get that a lot of people want to go there for like the experience because you really don't experience anything like college when you're done with it. Like once you're done with college, you're just going to work and like you're not going to be able to like do the things that like just live your like young adult life. I don't know how to fucking explain it, but yeah. But for me, I just don't really care about like societal milestones like that because it's kind of like you can do that any time of your life. I feel like a lot of people like rush it and I'm like, you guys are literally acting like once college is over, like your life is over, like you're literally gonna die after you leave college. And I'm like, and it's like it baffles me. Like I don't understand the concept of time, but like I understand that people live longer than their 20s. You know, like you can literally party and drink like any time of the day when you're an adult, like legally. And like you can literally do everything in college that you could possibly wish. Like I don't know why people are rushing it. And I'm like, just take your time, babes. Like it's always going to be there for you, but I guess at the same time the opportunities that you don't take are just going to be missed opportunities and experiences that are missed. And I understand that, but at the same time I'm kind of the person who's kind of like, just take life as it goes. You know, like if an opportunity is given to you, take it, I suppose, but like at the same time, like you don't have to force yourself to do anything you don't want to do. And for me, college was an opportunity that I was provided because I was accepted to the U. I'll be honest with you. When I applied to go to the U, I was like, there's no way they're accepting me. I literally put the bare minimum on my applications. Like I barely responded to any of the questions. I didn't even send in like an essay. I didn't do anything. I just sent in transcripts and that's it. And they accepted me. And I was like, you guys are really desperate. Like I didn't even consider. I was like, you guys are desperate for people and it's crazy. And that like when I got accepted, everyone was like excited for me, but I was just kind of like it wasn't that hard. Like I didn't try. Like people were like, oh, like what should I write for this essay and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know, just we have to write an essay. And I didn't write an essay. I was like, I'm not gonna write about that shit. Like it's not dumb, but like I was just kind of, I was at a point in my life where like I really didn't care what my future looked like, and I still don't. Like for me, the future is the future. I don't give a fuck about that. But right now, what I want is like a calzone. You know, like I'm very much a present girl. Like what I want right now is what I want right now. Who cares about the future? And I know that's such a like immature way of thinking. Like you have to plan for the future, obviously. But like for me, I'm like a super impulsive person. Like I'm like, I want to apply for college. I'm gonna do that, and I did that. Whenever I always like am like, okay, I'll do it later, but like once the impulse hits, I'll do it. You know, for me, I held off like applying for college so long, and then I just did it one time because I felt like it. So I did all of it all at once. And same with my dorm. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking live in a dorm. And then I was like, oh, might as well. And then I did it. I don't know why, I just did it because I wanted it right then. I don't know. And I like that's a really privileged way of living. Understand that. And I'm not gonna say that I'm not paying a lot because I am paying a fucking lot. Like it bites me in the ass at the end of the day. Like I end up paying a shit ton and having to deal with the consequences. But like for me, I like the consequence because it gives me the thrill. Okay, just kidding. But like yeah, I don't really think forward about my future like that, and like I just kind of take things as they come. And I kind of like being future blind because once you become so consumed about what your future is going to look like, you just kind of forget to actually live your life. Because like, yeah, a lot of people I talk to are always talking about the future, and like I understand that because I was kind of like that when I was younger. I would always be studying just to study, just to get to college. But then once COVID happened and everything like that, I just kind of realized that like I don't really give a fuck about education. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't need validation from teachers to feel normal. You know, like, when I was able to do my own things and not get, like, my dick tugged by teachers, you know, get jacked off by teachers, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm actually, like, living life, like, perfectly now. And I don't know, like, I wouldn't consider burnout, I suppose, because school comes easy to me and stuff like that. But, like, the problem with me is that, like, I'm just not really like motivated person. I'm not really passionate. Like my grades might show that I'm a passionate person, but like I'm not. I just do it just because I have to do it. Like I'm like for me, it's like you do it or you die. Basically, like if I don't do these assignments, then I die. Like it's always been like that for me. And it like even if it's a small assignment, I'm like if you don't do this, you'll die. And I'm like you're right. Like you're so right. And then I do them and I don't die. So it like cements the idea that like I don't die. Like the one time I like missed an assignment or something, I literally felt like my world was like crashing down and like I literally had the worst mental breakdown ever. And then I just never ended up doing the assignment and I still hold guilt about it. Like I feel like I like there's a lot of guilt in my body about the missing assignments I've done, and they're probably like 5 missing assignments I've ever had, and those I hold on to them very dearly because I'm so ashamed that I didn't turn them in. But yeah, so I always do my assignments no matter what, even if I know I'm gonna fail it. I always do it, you know, and I always think about it, and it haunts me. Like my monsters are my missing assignments, or like something that I did not do that was required of me to do, and so yeah, that's what it is. Like if I don't do something, I'll die, and that only comes to like assignments. I don't really feel like that with anything else. It's just when it comes to school, it's just like that like all or nothing approach, I suppose. Yeah, but I guess that's all I have to talk about. I really have to get to bed because I have to wake up in the next 4 hours to like finish packing and then moving up there, and I'm really not in the mood to do that. But yeah, because I hate moving and I hated having to take down everything. Well, not everything, because I'm gonna live here for like a week or another week, and I'm probably gonna visit home pretty often because, like I said, homebody. So we will see, and wherever I land, you guys will see me too. So this is Quinn, fucking off for the night. Thank you.